Live from Dallas-Fort Worth, this is WFAA News.
Happening right now, we are under an ERCOT weather watch with extreme heat in the forecast all week, already hitting our first triple digit of the year. Thank you so much for joining us here on Midday. I'm Cleo Green alongside meteorologist Mariel Ruiz. Mariel, very, very hot outside. I think that's an understatement. I mean, it just hits you in your face. I can't even keep my hair straight. That's why it's like this.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
It's hot.
It is so hot, and our temperature is just going to stay constantly hot all week. So I think that's one of the big things to take away from this. We are looking at a heat advisory that's in place for all of North Texas between now and 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Now, this will likely get extended. It may even get upgraded to an excessive heat warning as we approach middle parts of the week. I'm at least expecting it to be extended a few more days just because we are going to experience similar conditions every day the rest of the week. For our friends across the rest of the state, also dealing with the heat alerts, and I'll show you that a bit later on, but I want to get you caught up on the current temperature, 92 degrees. It feels like 106. We've been talking about a triple digit feels like or heat index temperature since an hour ago. Winds are out of the southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's what's helping keep some of the humidity in place. Actual temperature right now, 96 in Fort Worth, 97 in Mineral Wells, 94 in Granbury. But if you look across our eastern counties, we're talking mid 80s. The reason there's such a big difference is because the humidity is slightly lower anywhere west of the Metroplex. So temperatures tend to climb at a faster rate when air is slightly drier. The heat index right now, 107 in Fort Worth, 104 in Mineral Wells, 103 in Granbury, about 100 for Greenville and Antero, 95 in McKinney. Today, mostly sunny and just plain hot. 103. It'll feel like the temperature can be up to 110. Now, we're going to notice that our temperature every afternoon climbs into the triple digits, at least through Friday. I'll bring you those numbers in just a few moments, Cleo.
All right. Thanks, dear Mariel. Oof. ERCOT is warning of possible record demand today as we all try and stay cool, issuing a weather watch through Friday. Our Megan Mitchell is watching the power grid for us and has some new details on how cities are helping. Megan?
Yeah, Cleo, I think this is a cycle that we might have to get used to this summer because there is such a demand and it is so hot out there that we are monitoring the Texas power grid right here. And I know this kind of looks like a bunch of different colors lines. Let me break it down for you. So we got, of course, this turquoise color, and this is throughout the day. This is the demand and supply that they expect, that turquoise being the demand. And then they have the supply. That's where that purple line is. And you can see around 4 p.m. is what we're really looking at here because that's where those lines get really, really close. When they get close enough, ERCOT could issue people to voluntarily turn off their power, maybe turn off that AC for a little bit or their fans. Anything like that, that's what we're monitoring today. Let's look at the reserves. So these are the operating reserves, 6,400 megawatts. That's good right now. Normal, we're in the green, right? But if you take a look over here at the fuel mixes, you can see that almost half of it is natural gas. So we have quite a bit to spare. One thing that you should keep in mind when looking at all of these numbers is that this 6,400, 1 megawatt can power 200 homes. So we've got a lot here. We're good to go for now, but of course, keep this in mind throughout the day. This was not the first weather watch that was issued by ERCOT this month, though, because our first one was last week. It actually led to a call for voluntary conservation just last Tuesday. That lowered the demand at the time. So it helped us avoid that most serious condition, which is when there is an emergency alert that leads us to those controlled outages, those rolling blackouts. Staying cool, obviously so important as well. So on Sunday, there were 6 911 heat calls. There were 4 people hospitalized in Dallas, and there were even more in Fort Worth. Take a listen to this. Some new information within the last couple hours here is that there were 11 heat calls, and there were 6 people hospitalized in that city. And so to help folks who need it, the city of Dallas is actually going to be having what they call their Beat the Heat program. They're going to announce it tomorrow. Think places where you can get fans, places where you can get different elements to cool yourself or your family off, also cooling centers, and they're also going to give information in this program about how we can save some power. We'll have more on that throughout the day. We'll be watching this grid for you, Cleo, and so of course we'll be back here and we'll be monitoring it.